Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. You've probably heard a lot about different techniques for manifestation or reality shifting, otherwise you wouldn't open this video. Some of you might have found that these techniques not always work or never work at all, but I ask you not to lose your hope. In this video, I will share knowledge that will enhance any manifestation practices, no matter what technique you use. I will explain how our reality is structured from the deepest levels. Today we will talk about this. I call it the map of reality. This is the map of reality from a metaphysical perspective. It's presented as a pyramid shape. It doesn't matter which way it points, up or down, it's just a convention. Why do we need this map? By explaining it, I want to show you how the law of attraction, reality shifting, reality transurfing, quantum jumps, and all other techniques that allow you to achieve your desires through various activities actually work. There are many different techniques out there, but they all work by the same principle. With the help of this map, I will tell you how desires are truly realized. Let me start explaining this. The most superficial level, the top level, is the level of reality. This is the level where your physical body lives, where we observe and directly experience all things. This deeper level is the level of actions. By taking certain actions, reality changes. I think this is pretty simple concept. The next one is the level of thoughts. First we think about doing or changing something, and then we take an action, and reality changes. The next one is the level of feelings. For example, you feel hot, which makes you think about taking off your jacket, so you take it off, and reality changes that you feel cooler now. Then there are less obvious levels. The level of energy or vibration. I combined these two, energy and vibration, because in the context of this video the distinction isn't really important. This level is a bit more challenging to explain. In general terms, we know that all objects are made of atoms and molecules, and they aren't static. They are constantly moving. So everything that exists is moving, or in other words, vibrating. Our feelings also have their own vibrational levels. If a person is exposed to a certain vibration, they may start to feel emotions corresponding to that vibration. Or to put it differently, they become filled with corresponding energy. Finally, the deepest level here is the level of the source, the God, the universe, spirit, and, which more important, the level of this state. You may call it emotional state as well, but I just call it the state. These concepts can also be separated, but in the context of this video, this is not that important. From this diagram, we can see that reality doesn't change just at the level of reality. Every change in reality begins at deepest levels, one by one, and the deepest one is the level of the source. For example, let's say the source wants to grow an orange tree in a certain place. It starts by emitting vibrations that turn it into someone's feelings. Then these feelings turn into thoughts. And finally, this person who caught these feelings and thoughts plants the orange tree in the right place. So they make an action. And the reality changes according to the source desire. Put it simply, I understand the state as the intention to vibrate on a certain level or a certain frequency, or to be filled with a certain energy. All the levels are connected to each other, and neighboring levels influence each other the most. For example, if I am in a state of love, my vibrations and energy will also change according to my state. I will start vibrating and sending the energy of love. This means I will start feeling love, thinking about love, and acting with love. And my reality will change so that I receive more love and see more love. So, how do I know that this diagram is truthful? It can be confirmed even with simple logic. Material reality indeed depends on actions. It's hard to argue with that statement. For something to happen in reality, an action must occur. For example, for a tree to grow, the sun must rise and send its light to the leaves. Leaves use this light to carry out certain reactions, and as a result, the tree grows. Thus, actions or movement change reality. Next level of thoughts. A person always acts after a thought, even if they are sometimes not aware of the thought. The action still follows the thought. Thought always comes from a feeling, even if a person is not aware of their feelings. Without feelings, there wouldn't be any thoughts that lead to actions. A person feels something that makes them think about something or think about doing something, and then they'll do it and reality changes. Next are vibrations. Feelings depend on vibrations and energy. The kind of energy a person possesses determines what they will feel. To explain this, we can use resonance. When two tuning forks tuned to the same frequency are within vibrational range of each other, they will start to receive other vibrations without even touching. By the same principle, vibrations affect feelings, causing a person to feel a certain way, because you could say a person is a tuning fork for a wide range of vibrations. How the state affects vibrations is something you can explore, try and understand through your own experience. For example, try to enter the state of rich person. Don't just wish to be rich. Imagine that you are already rich and you already have everything and you need nothing more. You will notice how your internal feeling changes. This is a change in energy. Okay, we understand what this diagram is and that it is truthful. So how do we use it in real life? We have a line of consciousness, so to speak. Let's draw it here. Everything above this line represents the conscious self. Everything below is subconsciousness. Like this. Each person has this line at a different level. Some may not even fully realize their actions, and their consciousness line is very shallow. It doesn't go very deep. Others may be aware of everything, including their state. But naturally, everyone can achieve this level of consciousness. The deeper the line of consciousness, the more effectively a person can influence reality. Why is that? Well, if we work at the level of actions to move from this point to reality to another point, we will need to do all this work. But if we move to the level of feelings, for example, the journey from one point to another is much shorter here. So to change reality from one point to another at the level of feelings is much easier. And if we want to be even more efficient at the level of state, we can just turn the knob, so to speak. It is set in one direction and we turn it to another. This happens in 1 second, like a snap of the fingers, and we are already on the path to changing reality in the direction we want. The deeper our consciousness, the faster and easier and more effectively we can change our reality. Also, for someone, it may seem that the distance is not that much shorter on the deepest levels, but these lines are just for example. In reality, the factual length of the way on the different levels may vary significantly. So the way to achieve something like from point A to point B from the level of actions could be this long and difficult. On the level of thoughts, it becomes shorter and less difficult. At the level of feelings, also at the level of energy and vibration. And here it just happens in no time. So how do we deepen our consciousness to understand a deeper level of ourselves? Meditation helps a lot. Yes, I know everyone is talking about meditations, but guys, meditation is the foundation of managing your consciousness. How to meditate properly and all benefits of meditation is a topic for another video. But to put it briefly, you just need to sit down quietly and don't think. Your mind will try to throw thoughts at you constantly, but that's okay, especially if you've never meditated before. To experience a state of thoughtlessness during the meditation, it might even take several months. Just meditate without expecting any results. Remember, simply sitting still and doing nothing already significantly helps your awareness and clears daily informational junk from your head. By deepening the level of consciousness, we can fully integrate this entire map into ourselves. This way we unite with our soul, spirit, source, and God. Usually, when people say my soul or my spirit, they automatically separate from them, distinguishing themselves from the soul and the spirit. If a person is not separated from them, they wouldn't say my spirit or my soul. They would simply say I, because I am the soul, I am the spirit. So why unite with your spirit? Many people don't know what they want. They think they want a lot of money or to live in a penthouse in New York. You know what I'm talking about. Society presents us with a picture of a successful life. People whose consciousness doesn't include the state and the spirit fall for it because they don't know what they really want. If we integrate our spirit and our soul, we begin to understand what we truly want. These wishes have always been with us, but the understanding comes with deeper consciousness. True wishes that come from the spirit and soul are fulfilled much faster and more effectively. Also, as we become more aware of deeper levels of consciousness, we can actively change what is on different levels. What does it mean? Well, most people are aware of their actions, so I'll explain using this level. At any time, in the most cases, we can consciously choose our actions. For example, right now I am filming this video. If I want to raise my hand, I raise it. If I want to put it down, I put it down. If I want to pour myself some water, I go and pour it. All actions around me that I want to do, I can decide to do. Similarly, many people can be aware of their thoughts and consciously choose what to think about. I can think about what to have for breakfast, think about work, or think about something else. Yes, some thoughts can be intrusive, but that's another story. And in the same way, if we deepen our level of consciousness to the level of feelings, for example, we can consciously choose what we feel in the moment. For example, if you feel fear and are aware that you feel fear, you can snap your fingers and the fear disappears. If I feel anger, I snap my fingers and I already feel happiness and joy. Yes, it may sound unrealistic, but I assure you that on a deeper level of consciousness, feelings are no obstacle to anything. Feelings can be changed in a snap at any moment. When we start to become aware of the level of energy and vibrations, we can also change inner state. We change our vibrations to those that correspond to what we want to receive in the material world, in the reality. Similarly, at the level of state, if consciousness gets to the level of state, we can change our state so it may become the state of the version of ourselves who already lives in our desired reality. This state will generate vibrations and so on upwards on this diagram. This way, this state will attract the reality that matches it. Then you just need to listen to your inner voice, which tells you how to feel, think, and act to achieve your reality. To act in a direction of your true goal, there is another very useful skill called managing attention or attention management. Your attention attracts to your life what it focused on, and this focus is created by controlling attention. This is actually a separate topic for another video, but I just want to emphasize that there is such a skill that helps us act in accordance with our inner call. I think some people might have this question. Why do we need all this subconsciousness, all these vibrations and states if we can just change things directly in reality? For example, I can just work harder, earn more money, get a promotion, and supposedly live happily and enjoy my life. This very picture that if you work more, you will enjoy your life, get promoted, and earn more money, that is simply not true. Right now, I feel that some people's minds are saying, yes, this is nonsense. Obviously, if you work harder, you'll earn more. Yes, you might earn more, but will you earn so much more that you could if you followed this map? You don't know that, just like you don't know how much you'll pay in medical bills after doing intense work that you don't enjoy. Yes, there are people who work a lot, get promoted, become CEO, superstars, and so on. This looks like an exception to the rule, but in fact it's not even an exception, but those very people whose spirit desires to live that way from a beginning. But the system around us tries to assure us that it works this way for everyone, that everyone can work a lot and achieve high goals, when in reality this is not the case at all. Look around at how many people work like horses. Do you really want to live their life? Answer this question honestly and I think you'll get it. The map is a model, one interpretation of our reality, but it is a working model that truly leads to results. Don't just take my word for it. You can simply try to use it and you will see that life begins to change. Now let's talk about rollbacks. Sometimes people win the lottery, and for most of them, the money quickly slips away. They spend it and very quickly they return to the same level they were at before, or even worse. Why does this happen? This is yet another proof that this model works. A person, without changing their state, without changing their vibrations, feelings, thoughts, or actions, is transferred by the course of events to a completely different point in a reality, where they have a lot of money. So they transfer from here to here without changing the inner state. But because they are not in vibrational alignment with their new reality, their reality quickly returns to original point. I called this the reverse catapult effect. That is the line of reality realization. But in this case, it goes like this, from here to here and to here. But in this case, it goes like this, like this. And here a huge tension is created, an excess potential. and as a result it returns the person's reality to the original point, because all the deeper levels remains at the same place. So it goes like this. If that person, after receiving a large sum of money, started changing their state, like it turns out I am a rich person, I have a lot of money, they would start vibrating, feeling, and thinking accordingly. They would also begin to act differently. They wouldn't waste all their money, but would invest in stocks, real estate, start learning how to multiply their capital, what businesses are available for them, and so on. But because they were not vibrationally aligned, they returned to their original reality. That is why it's important to be in a vibrational alignment with your desired reality. Because even if you reach it somehow without changing on a vibrational level, you will experience a powerful rollback. Therefore, it's important to live from the inside out. How do most people live? Most people see something in reality, and this affects their inner world down the chain. From reality down the chain. So they react to life. For example, they see that they have no money, so they act like someone without money. They think, why am I without money? They feel and vibrate at this frequency, and their state is that of a poor person. This is living from outside in, or just reacting to the reality. But to truly get what we want, we need to live from inside out. We deepen the level of consciousness, change our state, our vibrations, feelings, thoughts, actions, and reality also changes. That's why the law of attraction, reality transurfing, shifting, quantum jumps, and maybe Neville Goddard's techniques are all explained by this diagram. All these techniques primarily influence vibrations, feelings, and thoughts, which allows reality to change much faster. From this we conclude that state is the deepest level for a human being. As soon as you change your state, the reality has already changed. The reality line that will lead you to your desired outcome is already built. It's already there. You just need to maintain the state and through it vibrate, feel, think, and act. I'm not saying that just by dreaming of something and changing your state without doing anything will change the reality. We still live in a matter, in a material world, and here actions are necessary. So we must act in the material world to change things. Therefore, we change the state and reality changes according to our desire by this chain, step by step. At the same time, we must be aware of what our soul and spirit truly want. We shouldn't be distracted by mind's thoughts. The mind is used to fear, to its certain patterns of thoughts and actions. The mind likes to be in a comfort zone, and it doesn't matter if being poor is also a comfort zone. We must clearly distinguish between the inner impulse to do something and what the mind tells us to do. This is also a topic for another video, so if you want to hear more about this, I might make one as well. Simply put, if you are convincing yourself of something like, I need to do this to achieve something, or you want to do something but start convincing yourself, no, I don't have enough knowledge to do this yet, I don't have the courage to do this yet, I don't have the skills to do this yet. All of this comes from the mind. The mind almost always starts to convince us of something, but what comes from the spirit or soul is a feeling or thought that flares up brightly inside, like it would be nice if I started doing this, or how great it would be to have this thing, and so on. That spark, that thought, that inspiration, it always comes from the spirit, and it needs to be acted upon. If you follow the impulse and do it quick, your reality will also change very quickly according to your wish. There is also this thing. Many people wonder, what if I feel like I have something? For example, I want a car and I truly feel like I have one. But what if the universe or God thinks, well, he already has a car, so he doesn't need one, and doesn't give it to you? But this is also a thought that comes from the mind. This is a deficit thinking. In the reality, there is no such concept in the universe as having a car or not having a car. All there is are vibrations. If you vibrationally match this frequency, you already have a car in thoughts, feelings, and state. Notice, not want to have it, but having it already. Then reality will make it so that you have it. Because reality doesn't just work by giving you what you want or don't want. It gives you what you vibrationally align with. In other words, vibration of having a car, the reality where you have a car is drawn to you thanks to your inner state. Just like a tuning fork, the universe will begin to vibrate in the same state that you vibrate in. Let's say the universe doesn't like imbalance, and it will definitely give you what you vibrationally align with. This can also be explained from the perspective of quantum physics, which I might do in another video. So let's sum up why we need all of this. To realize our true desires and goals in the most efficient, productive, and energy-saving way, we change our state to when our desired reality has already come true, using different reality forming techniques. With knowledge about state, all techniques become much more powerful, and over time you may even stop using any techniques. After all, techniques are just mediator for changing a state. We don't want, we don't chase, we don't pull this reality in, we don't tear it, we don't call for it, we don't persuade it. We are simply already in it. We are in the state of the version of ourselves that already lives in desired reality. And then, by the chain, our vibrations, our feelings, thoughts, and actions lead us to that reality. And at the same time, we don't need to act from the mind, because the mind knows only linear reality. It's like work more and you get more. The mind only knows how to get from one point to the next visible point. It only has a linear algorithm. But our spirit sees everything, sees the whole reality. And it can lead us to what we desire much faster, often by seemingly strange, indirect ways than our mind could ever think of. With the mind, we might never even get where we want. You need to feel in the moment what you want to do by your soul and spirit. My own desire, my true desire. What should I really do right now? Not because it would supposedly get me to some goal faster. Not because my mind says it is necessary, that it will bring me a lot of money or that it will save me resources. But simply because I just want to do it. When you do what you just want to do without any reason, when you act from the spirit, your reality changes quickly. I hope that many of you who watched this video had something clicked in your minds today, and that you can finally manifest all your desires in reality. If you want to see more videos on manifestation and the structure of reality from me, this wish is very easy to manifest. Just subscribe to my channel, like this video, and click on the bell. It would also make me very happy. Please share your experience in manifesting and applying the information I've given in this video. Your comments could help other people to make their desires come true. See you next time.